Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we'll be designing a lined vertical planner layout for the next week in January in my health and fitness planner. So come plan with me. And I've got these stat stickers here ready to go, along with this tissue paper I'll be using, these Happy Planner sticker books, and these Plan Anything sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and lay down some wax paper to get started on this week's design. I am thinking to do a scene of sorts here on this week's spread, and thought I might be able to use this tissue paper as the base or like the ground level of the scene. So I'm just going to cut out a few small hills here just to create, like I said, a base for the design. I haven't really used much of this tissue paper, and so I kind of forgot how flimsy it is, but we'll make it work. I really like the warm and cool tone mix in this tissue paper. I think it'll match perfectly with the stickers I'm planning to use. So I'm going to figure it out and figure out a way to make this look good. These are the stickers I was inspired to use for the week. They are in the holiday sticker book. I forgot the full name of the sticker book, but it's a holiday book that came out by the Plan Anything, and most of the stickers are either Thanksgiving, fall themed, or Christmas, winter themed. And so I thought that I could pull in these ones that are less Christmas, more winter for a scene here as far as the design. So I've already started pulling in a few of them, and you can kind of see where I'm going to go with this. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with this last little scrap of tissue paper, but I'm thinking to keep everything basically on the bottom, I don't know, quarter to third of the spread, so that, again, I can keep things functional. I do like to track quite a few things on my health planner, so I don't have a ton of room for decor, but it is nice to have something pleasant to look at as I'm going through the week, so we're going to try to figure that out now. I'm pulling in some of these stickers and, just like I said, figuring out how to create like an active scene with people all doing things, maybe like in a park. That's what I was thinking. I also have these little blue kind of snowdrift stickers from another Plan Anything sticker book. I think this is her seasonal Amsterdam book from last year. I thought that just adding maybe a few little clumps of these soft blue toned snow stickers would help sell the winter theme a little bit more, since the ground is pretty brown. I just wanted it to look a little bit snowy, but not like overly snowy. So I'm just working in a few of those elements in and around the people, just dropping them in where it kind of feels right. Also cutting a few of them up, just placing them where they fit, seeing what will work. It was really hard to find the right shade of like greenish gray blue for this spread, since the stickers that I'm using have a very unique color palette that I wasn't really finding in any of my winter sticker books. So thankfully I did have the Plan Anything books with similar color schemes that I could pull from. So I've dropped in those little snow drifts, and now I'm figuring out a couple of quotes to pull in. I'm in the original winter sticker book from the Happy Planner, and I thought that these quotes would be perfect for the scene. I've got the first one here that says, "I'm sorry for what I said when it was winter," which, yeah, I thought that was really perfect for this. And then a hello winter sticker. I like the styling of these stickers. It's a little more playful, the font, and I think that works well with just the overall aesthetics of the scene I'm creating. So I have one more Happy Planner sticker book here. It is the Funky Abstracts sticker book, and I pulled it in because it had, again, that just unique green, blue, gray tone that is prevalent in the stickers that I wanted to bring in. So I'm looking for some other elements, maybe some colorful boxes or quotes or I don't know, something to bring into the spread as well for a little added color. And maybe we'll be using these colorful boxes here for my workouts. Since I'm not exactly sure yet what I want to do, let's go ahead and drop in the stat stickers now, and I'll get a feel for where those will go. It'll help me kind of place what I can in and around them. So usually when I do the tracking on this spread, I like to put in my food log. So I'll usually write in the food that I ate for the day, along with any workouts like I mentioned in those colorful boxes, and then my stats each day. So you can kind of see I have that set up at the top with stats and am working out what to do here for the colorful box workout area. Struggling though to find the colors that I want from the Funky Abstract sticker book, so I went looking in the Winter sticker book. As I was looking in this book, I found this snowflake strip sticker. It has a bit of a sparkle with it, and I think that the color scheme will work perfectly with this spread, so I'm going to try to bring it in somehow. Not exactly sure how yet. I'm going to go ahead and just place those across the top and see if I can make that work. It's a little bit, I don't know, not right as is, so I'll probably rework it a bit, but for now I know they're there, so I won't forget about them. And decided to pull back on those colorful boxes I originally pulled because they were just a little too small to do what I like to do in them. I like to track my workouts, but I also like to track not only what I did, but how long I did it, and then how many calories were burned. And I just didn't think that was going to be enough room to do that on each day. However, finding that same color of like soft green has been really difficult to find in any larger colorful boxes, enough to fill my full layout. So maybe I'll be able to use these long boxes somehow and split them into two and write 2 workouts in the one box, maybe, I'm thinking. And as I'm flipping through the book, I see all of these small flags I thought might be another way to add in a bit of color. But again, I'm just struggling to find the right colors that work with this theme. There's a lot of blues in this book, and really there's no blue in the stickers of the core. So just trying to find the right soft minty gray-green color and the, subsequent colors has been a little bit difficult. I can pull in some gray. I think that works close enough, but the blues just don't work. So figuring out what color combo I have at my disposal and how to make that fit with the rest of the design. I'm looking through that winter sticker book now and trying to find maybe a 3rd box to bring in. There is this nice red box, but it just looks completely different from the other 2. So maybe I will have to figure something else out for that spot. I was trying to find a smaller box, but in that soft green color that would work, but I couldn't find one. So I decided just to bring in another long box in that green and just trim it off. I think that should be okay. I feel like it needs a little bit more. So let's play around with the positioning of things, see if I like that a little better. Again, back with those snowflake strip stickers and see if I can move those in. Then I feel like maybe a little pop of red would be nice to pull out the red in the decor stickers. So I pulled in a red grid washi for a second, but that was a little too strong. I do have this other red washi with like a dot pattern on it, which I think will work nicely to add a little bit of red. So let's try that and go ahead and get started on actually moving things onto the spread. I'm going to go ahead and white out a lot of these darker lines here at the bottom of the page, just so they're not interfering with the stickers as I lay them down. And I'm just using a white opaque gel pen for this. I like the Sakura Jelly Roll. It's one of the better pens I found to do this, and I use a 10 tip. So it's just the perfect size, I feel like, to cover those thin lines on my layouts. But you can use any one. Usually just takes a little bit more elbow grease if you have a thinner pen with a smaller tip, but they all work. Gonna go ahead and glue down these tissue paper strips I made for that bottom layer. And I'm just using a glue stick for that. They are very fragile, so I did struggle a little bit in some areas, as you'll see as we go. And that did not butt up very nicely. I was hoping that would look a little bit better, but the colors weren't quite right, so I decided to layer it to camouflage that a little bit better instead of trying to redo it. And I think that actually ended up working pretty well. So we got that in, just trimming off the excess. Also clean up any loose ends, I guess would be a good way to say that. At first, I was struggling with the glue stick because I was trying to pull the tissue paper through it to coat it, and it was just a little too delicate for that. So what I ended up doing is later down the road, I would just touch the tissue paper, like pat it with the glue stick, and that worked out fine. So I put just enough glue on there without, pulling on the tissue paper and causing it to rip, but still was able to coat it without coating the entire page, having excess glue everywhere. So I've got that in. Let's lay down the sidebar quote here next. And I did need to straighten it out. I started laying it down kind of crooked and needed to go back and straighten the words most of the way. I'm also going to drop in the people. Just put them there on the little layered scene I made. A lot of them are clumped up because of the layering of the snowdrift areas I put, so that made it a little bit easier to move things over. But then I did need to make a few adjustments, seeing as the tissue paper wasn't exactly where I left it when I was building out the spread. I'm also going to have to white out a few areas a little bit more because the stickers were higher than I had originally thought. But overall, I was pretty much ready to go there at the bottom. And now we're going to drop in some of this red washi tape. And I decided just to put it as like a liner there right at the top underneath the dates, just to add that splash of color up there. And then I'll drop in the stat stickers below. And I'll use the colorful boxes as another color element below those. I've got those stat stickers in. Let's drop in those colorful boxes. There's a faint line on each of these boxes, I'm assuming for a header, and since I'm using this sideways, I needed to go ahead and white those out, so just doing that real quick as I lay them in. I've been working out 5 days a week, so I don't need boxes on every day. The way that I have that positioned, I think will work nicely. And I just decided against those little flags because the colors weren't quite right as far as the blues. So I went ahead and put those back and am now trying to work in a bit more of this snowflake strip sticker. I decided to cut it up into little segments and kind of spread it around within the scene to create more of a magical path of winter, I guess. I think it does help add a bit of texture to the spread, but yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like, wow, this is a perfect place for it. You know what I mean? Like it worked, but it wasn't like, I don't know, it's profound the way I used it. Just kind of stuck it in there. And then I had some obviously left over because I didn't want to overcrowd my little scene at the bottom, so I decided to layer up some of the colorful boxes with it and even put a little bit there in the sidebar with a quote. Only ended up needing 2 of the 3, so I just went ahead and put the other one back. And that's pretty much going to do it for us, folks. I did forget, though, to clean out the holes before I wrapped things up, so once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye!